Great example of that. Colosimo wasteful on that occasion.
By the way, Grant Brebner just being spoken to again by Strebre Delovsky and being told to watch it. Heart fans in fine voice. There is the Scotsman. By the way, news from the victory bench that Matthew Kemp is already going through warming up exercises. And we're told the victory coaching team is none too impressed with Fabio at the moment. Whether you've anything to add on that, Harps?
Well, it did seem obvious from the get-go, Simon, that Melbourne Heart, when they got the chance, were going to direct traffic down there. Matt Kemp, of course, fabulous contributor for Melbourne victory in recent years. Before that, Adelaide United, coming back from a long-term knee injury. First mini victory for Saka Cernak in his duel with Aziz Bajic.
John Van Schip played in a few derbies against Feyenoord, technically a derby, of course. Might have played in one or two for Genoa against Sampdoria as well. Have to check that.
No, he certainly did. Told us about that on Fox Sports FC this week. Funnily enough, when he was asked the question on derbies, it was the Genoa derby to which he referred, not the Classico, if we can call it that in Holland. Ajax Feyenoord.
This is Rojas. Chance to run at Morone. Twisting and turning, feeding Archie Thompson. Good block challenge from Curtis Good. Thump clear by Matt Thompson. Terra races away after it. Petar Franjic. Knew he was in hot pursuit. Big night for Petar Franjic this evening as well, replacing the suspended Adrian Leia. Just his 6th appearance for Melbourne victory. Had to wait a while for his chance. If he's as good as Ivan Franjic, then we're in for a treat. Different position, of course. Morone to Schroy. Way too heavy. .27 minutes played, still goalless, chances for both sides. And who's winning the battle in the stands, Andy?
Well, you've got to go with the numbers, don't you? It's a daunting task as an away fan here at Etihad when
they're making a pretty good fist of it.
Metaphorically, certainly. They're providing great theatre, but they're not naturally heavily outnumbered by the victory gathering. They just provide their own entertainment, really. I mean, it is a case, it can be a case where you go and watch the crowd and sometimes a football match breaks out. There's enough to be excited about here at Etihad in a football sense. Melbourne Heart have turned things around almost completely from last week. There's a real energy in their step.
Their passing's been a lot sharper as well. Maybe not that one. Simon Colosimo's made it into a good pass though, and he's caught Rojas on the way through. He stays down on the turf injured. Meantime, Melbourne Heart continue their attack. This is David Williams looking to unleash. Blocked by Proximal, perhaps even for Sheeny. Rojas still struggling on the deck. Archie Thompson, therefore, is alone in attack. Kuhl trying to help him out by making good ground. Here's Saka Cernak, always rising.
And was always going to rise, really, considering Isaka's start to the match. 28 minutes of energy and bustle, but his touch hasn't been with him so far tonight. And Simon Colosimo getting man and ball. Rojas still feeling the effects of that interception from Simon Colosimo. It turned into an interception because his first touch was a poor one.
No, he still doesn't look too comfortable, does he, Marco Rojas? Zealander, just trying to run off the pain. Good flick on by Shroy. Alex Terra's pace not quite speedy enough to get him in behind Roddy Vargas. The Heart will have a throw.
They thought they were going to get throw. Golowski's given it to Melbourne Victory.
Thompson. Touched by Gomano. Into the path of Dugandzic. Squirts out here for Shroy. Again, the Heart threatening. Not quite able to deliver the killer final ball, and that's obstruction by Shroy.
You're right, Tom, and they're just missing a focal point to their attack at the moment. That's a clear foul. Saka Cernak. And Heart are getting the ball in good circumstances around the Melbourne Victory defensive third. They're just missing that focal point. They're working ever so hard off the ball. There's a real mentality about Melbourne Heart today to keep Melbourne Victory. They are courting danger with the likes of Archie Thompson, who just loves working that defensive line with that much space in behind the defence and keeper Clint Bolton. When Archie's at his most dangerous. Doesn't Curtis Good look a different proposition with experienced defenders next to him? He had an experienced player in Matt Thompson next to him, but not the same experience as a defender.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Andy. Rojas now looks to be okay. This is Fabio. Bringing one up for Harry Kewell, who can leap, we know that. Scored a few goals for Australia with his head down the years. Wins good possession for Melbourne Victory, and then is bumped on the seat of his pants, so it's a free kick for the home side. Fabio. Tail to the cross. Broxham always falling backwards, never quite able to get the direction.
And a barometer, Simon, to the way the opening half hour has gone is the frequency with which Melbourne Victory have been able to get Harry Kewell into the game. And the fact of the matter is Melbourne have been...
Dugandzic finding space. He's been pretty impressive, Mate Dugandzic. This is Morone. And it's off Vargas for another corner.
And the problem for Melbourne Heart is they're just not capitalising this series of raids down the right-hand side. They've won their third corner as a result of the last one. But they've had plenty of opportunity down their right-hand side up against Fabio. But they haven't hurt Melbourne, and they should have. Melbourne Victory, they should have. They've had plenty of good opportunity.
Well, maybe they will here. Dugandzic into the near post, flicked on by Alex Terra. Panic stations for a moment or two for Melbourne Victory. And eventually Strampere Dolofsky has spotted an infringement. And the danger is averted for the Victory. Nobody picked up Alex Terra. Now he shrugged off the attentions of Alex Terra. Chance for a rare foray for the Victory, but Simon Colosimo showing all his experience. He stuck out a boot and said, I'll have that. And here come the Heart again. This time through Aziz Bejic, Williams, Dugandzic.
And again, it's a cul-de-sac in the centre forward position for Melbourne Heart.
Shroy. Square for Williams. There's no width for Hart, certainly on the right side. They work it to Germano. Well, that was the right idea again by Melbourne Hart, and Ante Kovic having some very choice words to say to his defenders. Good job for them that he was alert and quickly off his line. Now here's Isaka Cernak at the other end, and Melbourne Victory will get themselves a corner.
And a good burst from Cernak, highlighting a change in structure for Melbourne Victory. And here's the work from the very willing Jonathan Germano. With the quick release, and Harry Kewell's drifted out to a right wing position. He's now taking the corner, which leaves Cernak to play through the centre. It was he who forced that burst to win the corner.
Kewell going shorts. Good turn by Rojas. That's a low centre of gravity. Kewell trying to jink his way past Williams.
Excellent refereeing.
Come the Hart again. This is Aziz Bajic, and Victory a bit stretched here. They've got 4 in the middle, and it's Fabio away to safety for the Victory.
And excellent defending from Fabio. Question marks over that part of the game on that particular player, but he defended with his wrong side then, if you like, cleared nicely under pressure with his right foot. An excellent advantage just up the other end of the field, played by Streptolovski. The tangle between Kewell and David Williams. Streptolovski just let the situation breathe. Once he'd made a decision that it was a foul on Williams, he let the situation breathe. We need more of that from the officials. Play the advantage.
That'll be a goal kick. Aziz Bajic, former Melbourne Victory man, of course. First player to play for both Melbourne outfits, and the first man to be sent off in a Melbourne derby as well last season. There's not really been too much heat thus far in this derby. Thompson trying to use his pace, and across came Colosimo.
Much better from the Victory, much better. And Archie looks their main man at the moment, certainly the man most likely. Rojas down the left has been tricky. Need Isaka Cernak to come more into the game. Maybe that's why Jurakovic has moved him more central.
Kewell. Desperately trying to find some space, Harry Kewell. Trying to find the ball too. It's not been at his feet too frequently. As we approach half-time at Etihad Stadium. Morona caught in possession by Brebner. Thompson dropping deep. Oh, and then Archie Thompson and Grant Brebner just completely getting in each other's way. Well, if looks could kill. Just found it difficult to find any rhythm, Melbourne Victory. Hart have been better up to this point. They find the final ball. This is Matt Thompson, Dugandzic. Williams. Wayne Shroy takes over. Bajic. Good 1-2 with Shroy. Bajic gets across in a way by Petr Franjic.
Well, it took them maybe 3 phases too long, Melbourne Hart, before they had a player willing to get into a crossing situation. Those dominoes started to fall with Mate Dugandzic, who's one-on-one with Fabio, and instead of trying to take him on down the line, he's taken the ball inside the traffic. And the whole attack became stilted from that point on. For John Van Skep, Ante Milicic, just having a quiet word and saying, on the occasions when you get clear one-on-one opportunities against Fabio, have a go at him. Run him down the line. Here they go again, Melbourne Heart.
Aziz Bayic running at pace. And there's 4 up for this attack in red and white. But again, it's the final ball that's missing for the Heart. Very frustrating for the visitors.
And overly reliant on Matt Thompson. He made another lung-bursting run out of midfield to make an extra man in the attack, and Bayic was drawn to that run instead of using it as a feint.
Here's Rojas, has support from Fabio. Just had to check the run slightly, the Brazilian. That allowed Arone to regroup. Bogantic gives it back to the victory though. Vargas. Suggestion of perhaps a little push in the back of Fabio there. No free kick given. Look at the space here for Matt Thompson. Thompson perhaps will go on his own. Was he checked there by Vargas? If not, it's going to be a yellow card for a dive. Well, the Heart fans don't believe it. This might give us a better idea.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he's got it right.
Fabulous call. That's why he's the best in the business.
Simulation from Matt Thompson.
And it's clear simulation. But part of Matt Thompson's subconscious there is expecting contact. And sometimes, you know, that part is lost in the discussion.
Now Kuehl wins a header, but Bolton smartly out together.
The referee clearly right. Another opportunity vaporises for Melbourne Heart. Gee whiz. When they look at this first half and the amount of opportunity and space in attacking positions that they've squandered.
Troy, a slide rule pass, or at least attempted so, and again Harter annoyed. Alex Terra believes he was obstructed there.
I think that was obstruction. And again, Troy has picked the narrow option. Bogantic was open and right.
Kuehl. For Sheedy. Back for Kuehl. Broxham not quite alive to the possibility. Kuehl gets the free kick.
The benefits of front position from Harry Kuehl. He's had to work hard to get there, by the way. He earned the free kick, which looks as though it's going to be slung into the penalty area from Lee Broxham.
Well, chances have been few and far between for the victory in this first half, which is drawing towards a close. Can Broxham provide one? Well, the offside trap played by Melbourne Heart, but it did not succeed. Well, maybe a mite fortunate to get away with that. The team in red and white halves.
Well, there were 4 victory players. 3 in the box. That's good coverage again from Fabio. He's had some difficulties, the left fullback. On a couple of occasions now, he's provided good cover for his team.
Well, it can be difficult, can't it, finding your way in a new competition, new country. Different style, perhaps, different teammates. Moroni, or rather, Gomano penalised.
Well, it's an impetuous foul from Gomano. And a foul it is, no question. And Rojas was going nowhere in particular. And Strzelecki again. That's it completely right. And as we approach half-time, how often do you see a team who have such a good first half, but with no yield, then concede right at the death?
Which is why Clint Bolton is frantically organising those in front of him in red and white. Good position this for the victory. Would be a good time to score as well, but Troy gets a good clearing header. Fabio wins it back. And now he's out of position. He's given it straight to Colosimo. Bogantic wide right for the Hearts. And He's going to try to take on Rojas, and he threads it through. This is a chance for the Hearts. Oh, and a brilliant stop by Ante Covic from Morone. Terrell with the follow-up. It's blocked by Franjic. And again, Melbourne Victory are very grateful to their goalkeeper. Well, a very quick counter by Melbourne Hearts. Super play again by Dugantic. And Michael Morone, of all people, the fullback, with a golden chance to put the Hearts a goal up. But Covic narrowed his angles beautifully.
Well, now
kick Hearts.
Now it's the Heart with what surely is going to be the last opportunity. But depending on how Melbourne Victory line up for the second half, Simon, if I'm John Van Skip, I'm thinking seriously about putting David Williams up against Fabio. There's enormous opportunities out there. He's finding the going difficult. Dugantic has had him on toast a few times and hasn't been able to capitalise. And this was a great pass from Colosimo into the vacant Fabio left fullback position. Super work, Ante Covic. When all seemed lost for the victory. Up step Covic to save the day again.
Well, the 1 minute of injury time at the end of the first period has been played, so this has got to really be the last action of the first half. Dugantic square ball, Matt Thompson to line it up, and it is well wide. Despite Colosimo's best efforts. Well, there we go. Half-time at Etihad Stadium in the fourth Melbourne derby. It's goalless, mainly thanks to Ante Covic, who's pulled off a couple of really good stops. Melbourne Hearts have had a good first half. They've really tried to take the game to the victory. They've only really had one half chance of their own through Archie Thompson. Mehmet Durakovic will expect much better in the second half. At the break at Etihad Stadium, it's goalless. Melbourne Victory 0, Melbourne Heart 0. Thanks very much indeed, Zappa. There is Fabio, whose performance certainly improved as the half went on. And I suppose the good thing for Victory is that they do not trail, despite the fact they haven't had the best of first periods. Now, a big occasion in Melbourne, also a rather sad occasion for the Victory supporters. They've lost one of their own in recent weeks, Peter Cass, who was very instrumental in setting up the Blue and White Brigade, the fans that stand away to our right in the North Terrace, and that's the wreath that was, I believe, laid by some of the Victory players behind that goal away to our right before the game. So Melbourne Victory getting us back underway at the start of the second half. Giancarlo Solorzano on for Zaka Cernak in the second period. Will that perhaps make the difference for the home side, Andy Harper?
Well, Cernak never got into the game. He's a work in progress, evidently. Solorzano is a huge addition to any team, in my opinion. We saw starting from way back in the field. He joined the Brisbane Roar last year, just what an impact he could have. Fine player.
11 goals for Brisbane Roar in their championship winning side. And a little bit frustrated, I think, that he's not been able to get a start for this Melbourne Victory team after his off-season switch from Queensland. This is Harry Kewell, who looks as though he might have swapped out to the left flank with Thompson in behind.
Yeah, Rojas has come out onto the right. Solorzano is an out-and-out front man. It's quite a quartet. Rojas, Kewell, Thompson, Solorzano. Melbourne Victory's quandary remains getting the ball to those four with enough consistency and predictability for them to actually start to gel.
Of course, there's always Carlos Hernandez on the bench as well, should he be required. But for all that attacking flair, it's 3.5 games without a goal now. We go back towards the end of last season as Aziz Behich gets shown a yellow card for that challenge. South really has been in the thick of it in terms of those flying tackles. Just the second booking of the game, both for Heart players. Thompson for simulation, Bajic for foul play. Controlled by the young New Zealander. Such an exciting talent. Still just 19 years of age. Touch off Roddy Vargas, who, similar to Simon Colosimo with Curtis Good, is very much the experienced hand in the central defensive partnership with Petar Franjic tonight. Here is Colosimo. Too much on that for Dugandzic. Franjic. Flipped on by Thompson. Nobody there in a blue jersey.
Well, in complete contrast to the first half. No one has settled in the opening 4 minutes of this. Back to the start of the match, Melbourne Heart were straight in the swing of things.
Trying to get in the groove there. That was pretty pacey back pass by Matthew Fashini, but didn't trouble Ante Kovic. Fashini passing the right way. Archie Thompson moving into Wayne Shroy, who's been an important presence in midfield for Melbourne Heart this evening. Thompson. Good touch by Dugandzic. This looks better from the Heart. Morone attacking. Can they find the right delivery? No is the answer. Volleyed clear by Fashini. Kuehl gives it away. Shroy trying to probe around Fabio. Beaten here by Colosimo, and he's got a whack in the face as well, the Costa Rican.
And he rocks him with a very high foot there.
Jonathan Gamano suggesting that should have been a yellow card. Terra, a lovely ball into the channel. Nobody's there in the middle though for Melbourne Heart, slow to react a bit there. Still the chances on though, perhaps for David Williams from long range. Hits his own player. Alex Terra thinks about the shot, and then he is dragged to the deck, and a yellow card issued to Matthew Fashini, who continues the argument with Alex Terra. He is absolutely furious with that decision. And he'd be well advised to hold his tongue.
Well, he's composing himself now, but he was absolutely white hot, wasn't he? And his claim is that he won the ball, which he did. Now the referee is interpreting that of dangerous play, and that's why Petar Franjic has completely gone off.